Alright, guys. Super Saiyan Goku 1, aka Akito. Um, Give me a sec. Okay, that's better. Um, Real quick. Well, it might take a little bit, but I just want to go through different steps on how to play Shin Budokai 2 online. Um, Actually, let me check my sound settings. Okay, so audio seems good. But continuing on, I want to go ahead and set everything up. So right now, um, I'm already gonna assume that you have the build for the multiplayer, and pretty much the whole concept will cover how to play online already. So, and if you don't have the multiplayer build, you can get it from the Budokai Discord. I'll link it um, in the description. So, or you can just go to the Budokai Online Discord, go to resources, and under the pinned post, you'll see pretty much all of the ISOs and the builds here. For Windows, you'll use this one here, the Win3264 zip. The ARM, I think that's that's for Android because it's a APK file. But if you go through, you'll go ahead and show posted this on the steps and everything on how to play. Pretty much all you'll use is the PSP emulator along with Hamachi. And actually, let me go ahead and let Buzz know what to use. And right now, and another thing that's helpful is use an Ethernet cable when you're playing. It'll make the connection 100 times better. Is I've played before on other games, and the lag from Wi-Fi will make the game almost unplayable. To decrease that, you'll need an Ethernet cable. There's pretty much no way around it. The electricity travels faster than radio waves, so, and that's what Wi-Fi works off of. So right now, so it's saying what's next. So usually when you go in the settings for the emulator, you go to the networking settings, and a real quick breakdown, the enable WLAN, that's the equivalent to turning on the Wi-Fi switch to PSP, so that'll always be on. Send Discord rich presence information, that's just when you're inside of Discord, and it will let people know how, like, whether you're playing the emulator or not. So like right now it tells you that I'm playing a game in Discord, so it doesn't really matter if you end up using that. And so here you're gonna go ahead, and this is where Hamachi comes into play. So let me start it up. So once you're in Hamachi, you know, when you're first setting this up, I recommend just setting up Hamachi first. That way you'll make sure that you're even able to connect with other players. So real quick, let me let Buzz know. Oh, no one's in the chat, but it's whatever. Okay. You know what? Let me. I'll add him to this room that I've already created, if I can. Crap, I don't own this room, so we're gonna go ahead and make a new one. So SB test password 123. So it'll create the room. Oh, it's already taken. Just create another name. So I have created this room. Let me expand this. All right, so whoever's, well, doesn't matter who creates the room, but whoever is hosting, they're going to use the Hamachi IP address here. So you can right click and copy address and put it into the change pro ad hoc server address. So this will be done for both players. So both people, whoever is going to host, so when you're hosting, it's pretty much whoever is the owner of that connection. So whoever owns the connection, they're going to put their IP address inside of here, and the player who is not the host will also put the host IP address in their emulator. For this, since we're using the Hamachi method, we're going to check enable built-in pro ad hoc server, and under change MAC address, you won't, like, pretty much if you click on it, it'll change. So you just got to make sure it's not the same as the one that you're using on your computer, otherwise it'll get messed up. And you got to make sure it's not the same as the other players as well. But it's so randomized, you won't even run into that issue. So if you click it a few times, that'll pretty much get you through that portion. Wireless channel, that's going to be on auto. Port offset, usually playing Budokai, it'll be 1500. You can pretty much set that to whatever you want, but most people from the Budokai Discord are going to be using 1500. Minimum timeout, override low latency settings in milliseconds. So you're going to put that to 1. I forget how it affects the delay in between two hosts when you do that, but just know that 1 is going to be the best setting. TCP no delay, I guess it just, I'm assuming it establishes the TCP connection a lot faster so that people can find each other. And let me turn this down. Hopefully I don't completely turn off. Okay, that's better. So for the UPnP settings, you won't use those. You'll probably only use those when you actually connect to the my name is sushicat.com website. And since we're not going to cover that, it's not really worth mentioning. But if you're going to connect to that website for ad hoc to find random players, you can. It's usually just an alternative and more annoying method to use. Hamachi seems is definitely more reliable for the source of connection, because then it'll be more of you able to talk to specifically that person. But after that, that's pretty much the gist of the settings. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and give Buzz the information for this room that I just created. So once he joins and I see him, that's gonna bring us into the next part. So pretty much if you were going to go ahead and join a room, you just go join existing network. And since I'm the host, since I created the room, I won't have to do it because I'll already be a part of it. But yeah, usually if I was going to be the one joining the room, I just put in SB test room and then password 123. And that'll take me, if I were joining in, that would take me to the host network to establish a connection in Hamachi. So right now I just gotta wait on Buzz to try to go ahead and connect. And pretty much what Hamachi does, pretty much what Hamachi does, it's a VPN tunneling program, and it will allow you to play games. Well, it's used for multiple reasons, but gamers, they'll use it just to play. It pretty much establishes a connection that'll make it seem like they're both in the same place when they really aren't. It conceptually, it'll work as if you were on your home Wi-Fi and you were playing next to another person on your home Wi-Fi, using their IP as as the server, the ad hoc server. And I'll probably get into establishing the connection. I'll probably get around to probably creating a tutorial to on how to connect in via Wi-Fi. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just less steps used. Okay. So right now, before I even try playing with someone, I usually double click on their name when they've already joined the room. And usually you'll want to see that you're getting a reply from the IP address here that you're trying to communicate with. So like if I go, let's see if I open up this network that I'm a part of, and I try to double click on someone, well, no one's online. But usually if you see like no reply or something similar to that, okay, well, bands, can bring myself online. Looks like bands is on. So let me double click. So when you ping, you're pretty much just showing that a connection has already been established with that person. And if it hasn't, then you'll see this request timed out portion. And that's usually a result of the firewall. So you'll have to go in and edit the firewall settings. Let's see. So Windows Defender Firewall Advanced Security, and I forget which ones you set, but usually just to make it simple, just completely only if you trust the person that you're connecting with, you can go ahead and disable the firewall. So Windows Security and Firewall and Network Protection. You'll only have to turn off the public network firewall. And most of the times, if you have antivirus, it will pretty much manage all your firewall settings. So if you disable it from the antivirus, it should work. Since I've already created exceptions for Hamachi inside of my Windows firewall, I don't have to turn mine off. I'll probably create another segment on that as well. But give me a sec. Try and ping. But right now I'm able to ping Buzz, so there's no problems with, well, his firewall is accepting my traffic, so that's a good thing. If he's not able to ping me, it's usually because of the settings in my firewall. But I could go into further details, but just know. Let's see. I think he's trying to ping, but yeah, if I can ping him, his firewall settings are allowing me through, and if he can ping me, then my firewall is allowing it through. Now, if my firewall wasn't allowing him through, he would say he can't ping me. So that's one important part about the firewall. Like, there's only certain instances where a firewall will allow traffic, but that's only if there's too much detail to go into. But okay, what is Hey, say Agent 2. Hey, man. Glad you could drop by and say hello. Okay, so Buzz is able to communicate with me. So now he will need to add my IP address into his settings. And usually, if I'm trying to help someone set something up, I'll end up using Parset, and it'll allow us to screen share, and I can take remote access to his whoever's PC if they give me a permission to do so. And sometimes I'll check settings just in case someone's not too familiar with it. But I'm hoping Buzz is a bit computer savvy. .25 dot 7 dot 88 dot 35. Okay, so also the music in the background is by a YouTuber called Heroic Monk. He does copyright free soundtracks. I've been using him a few months now, so if you want a place that'll give you some decent music, some of the soundtracks I really like. But if you're looking for somebody uh, that has decent music that's copyright free, you can go ahead and go to Heroic Monk's channel. He's a really solid dude, man. Also, if you if you see SJ2 Legend, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He is the king of Budokai. Like everyone sees him as the best, and he definitely has proved that over the years. He is the man. Also, shout out to all my guys in the Budokai Discord. Shout out to Adrian, Boos, Endeavor, Kai, Merle Saniro, Nate, Sean's show, and Toa. And some really decent guys. Also, if you want to play some Budokai with them and get wrecked a little bit, those are definitely the people to play against. Okay, I'm just waiting on Buzz. Shout out to Buzz as well for being my guinea pig. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know that I'm even doing this. Yeah. But I did tell myself that I'd create a tutorial on how to get online working. Thankfully, it's a stream, so that it takes out all the editing that I need to do. But if you follow pretty much the same pace that I've already been going through, and you should have no issues playing online with someone. Um, there is a lot of reasons why something can go wrong, but it's all you really need to know is have Hamachi up. Are you able to ping? And is your firewall allowing the traffic? If not, create an exception. Actually, let me see. There should be. I know Show had posted exactly what to do. Check the pinned messages. Oh, yeah, some good content here. All the Aura Burst and Shin Budokai 2, the cancels list. Really good for beginners to if they want information on how to do some things. So let's make sure he has the right build. I have to see 10, 3. He has a slightly different build, but it should be okay. It's generally the same, but it might have some compatibility issues. So for now, I'll check those settings. Okay, yeah, it's a bit different. But we'll try it anyway. If it doesn't work, I'll go ahead and have him use the same build that I'm using. Okay. So it says network initialized for me. Okay, so I'm gonna sit in lobby and have him try starting the game up. Okay, let me just turn the sound off to the emulator. Forgive my messy desktop. Don't pay any mind to that. Okay, looks like he saw that. And if I'm able to see him in the lobby, we should be good. But if not, I'll just send him the info. 444. Yep, that's the right one. So I haven't seen him in the lobby yet. And usually you can go into the debug portion at the log console, and that should show you what's going on behind the scenes. Excuse me. Hopefully I can send this file through Machi. Okay. For now, I'll just put the files into one of my random Google Drives. Okay. And yeah, I knew it wouldn't be that simple. New file. But yeah, if you're playing on the emulator, it is best to use the same exact version, because backwards compatibility isn't really something that's sought after, at least in the regards of multiplayer. So just try and stick with the same version that you're going to be using with the person you're playing with. And as you can see, like if you're paying attention, his network settings are actually slightly different than mine. So once we get him fitted with the right version, we should be okay. Anyone with the link? What's up, Clutch? He might be going already. Forgive me, I am not really looking at the chat, but if you drop in go ahead and say hello. And I will say hello back if you're still present. Don't live stream often, so I don't really expect anyone to be here. Let's see. So I'm able to ping him, but the ping is a bit high that I'm really used to. Because usually if you get a steady 50, that'll give you a decent connection, 70 at most, but usually something higher than like something higher than 70 milliseconds that increases like latency, because pretty latency is pretty much the how fast a how long it takes for a signal to travel. So it, if you had like good net code, you wouldn't really have to worry about that. But it, net code isn't really something that's put in mind for an emulator. Mostly the developers, they'll put a main focus on compatibility with games, not really anything with a multiplayer experience is really considered, unless there's like a lot of developers focusing on that specific thing. But just know that when we finally get this working, like it's going to be laggy. So I would say be prepared to see that if you and the person that you're playing with has that much delay, I would say. Like 50 and below, that's like the best possible scenario when playing online. But anything higher than that, you'll notice a lot. Like you'll still notice it playing online, but it wouldn't be as bad. Like it'll be playable to the point to where like you could still have a fast paced game. be taking them a while. Well, while I wait on him to do that. Yep, it's the PSP emulator. Hmm. Looks like he messaged me back. Okay. Let me send him a screenshot. Not Steam. Oh yeah, another thing. When you get ad hoc set up, once you do all of your settings and point towards Hamachi, um, if you go into the game, you should see network initialized at the top. That'll pretty much tell you if the ad hoc connection is working. And if you see this notice pop up, you can go ahead and just check public and also private as well, and then allow access. That way, it just make it easier to for the connection to establish. I'm not sure if I mentioned this. The enable built-in pro ad hoc server, that's usually only for the host. Like if it's already checked for the other person that's playing, it doesn't really matter because the uh, change pro ad hoc server address is set to know which one is the server anyway. So usually, if you're not the host, I'd leave that unchecked. All right. Let me check my settings in comparison. Same. Okay. Also, if you have been running the emulator a long time, sometimes it's just best to restart the emulator. That way the connection is fresh. I don't know, sometimes programming is a little funky, but you'll get through it. So, if everything, well, he set everything up, we're able to ping each other. So we should have no issues connecting with each other. Okay. Let's hope everything is good. Okay, since that's the case, I'll go ahead and host. I'll let him host. So I copied his and I'll paste it in here. I'll close out the emulator and reopen it. Try to connect to his. Okay, since he's gonna host, it should make it easier for him to connect. That way, if there's any issues, then we could probably go about it using Parsec instead of doing all the back and forth. Probably would have saved me more time just doing it from Parsec, but I think it shows like that this process takes a little bit sometimes, especially on the first time you set it up. Like all the subsequent times, it's just easier to set up and get working. It's just a matter of minutes usually when I want to play with one of my friends. So, did I close it? Oh, I did. He didn't know his own IP, but hey, it happens. after this, I'll watch some Attack on Titan or something. Okay, looks like we're in business. He set it up. I just got the network initialized. So the connection's good. So we should have no problems at all. Typing with one hand. There we go. It is working. Oh man. Okay. Usually that'll happen sometimes if the connection isn't that great. It'll desync. But if it comes back in, we can get this working. Happy this is finally working, especially since it's 11 at night and I have work at 6 in the morning. So, oh no, did he? Okay, I'll have to. I think he ended the connection. But yeah, we're in business so far. We can at least get to the lobby. And we should see him in a few moments. Now to think about it, the transmission might have happened. The error might have happened because I took a little too long to accept the connection. But once he's joined back, we should be fine. Mm. I feel like it's because of latency. It would really help if and watch it start working really good once that happens. But yeah, if you wanna, oh hey guys, I did not see you. Not yet, Endeavor. I'm still studying to for programming. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely a long time. Definitely. Everyone in this stream, if they see this, subscribe to Endeavor. He's the man. Are you ready to witness a power not seen for thousands of years? Oh, someone playing Smite. Yeah, I've been pretty good. I've been just doing a lot of studying, trying to get certifications and progressing my career. But yeah, I still play these Dragon Ball games to this day, Deontay Wilder style. But yeah, I play a few other games too. And since I moved over to PC, I mostly play Valorant usually, uh, some Overwatch. I play Brawlhalla sometimes too. But yeah, if you ever want to play any of the Dragon Ball games, though, I'm down to play. If you can catch me, because it's hard for the Budokai community even uh, for me to find time to play with them. Like I tried playing tonight, but it didn't seem like anybody wanted to play. But except the person that I'm talking to in the stream now, he's trying to uh, figure out how to play, and I usually try to show anybody who's trying to learn how to do it. I don't know. I think PSP is just the best, one of the best eras of gaming to me. So I've been on it. That and PS Vita. PS Vita's too underrated. the only part that sucks about having to wait. I'm hoping I go to bed on time. I hope Buzz gets on that Ethernet cable. Oh dang, that sucks. Well, I hope you get a PC soon. But yeah, you definitely be able to have a lot more fun playing PSP games on the laptop. This is just the controller. Having a controller is a lot better than having that little tiny screen like, with the PSP. Like I still have a PSP, but I just stick to the emulators since everything's just so much easier to deal with. Goodness gracious, 2.6 off of that little juggle. It just takes pain and repetition. I can't tell you how many hours I spent in this game. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Man, I remember when they were still airing Dragon Ball Kai. It was a funny time. Dang. Ah, dang it. Keep messing it up. I haven't tried fighters. I don't know. I just haven't been interested in newer games as of late. A friend of mine, he actually wanted me to buy the game. Well, I mean, he wanted to actually buy the game for me just so I'd play it. But I feel like I don't have enough time to actually get better at a fighting game. I would say 'cause it turns into like a low key obsession. So usually I have my hands full with my daughter, so I'll usually won't have time to be as focused on something like that. But she's actually out of town right now, so uh, that's probably the only reason why I'm streaming right now. Okay, it looks like he's going back to the game. Good. Finally did the full combo. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I think when fighting games come into play, I get kind of crazy about them. Yeah. Like there was a one point in time I wanted to play Blast Blue, but I knew how much effort it would take me to play it, and I definitely see you play it a lot. Ready. Yeah, I definitely watch it from time to time. Like I've seen some of your your replays. I can tell you're definitely solid at the game. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, network initialized. And hopefully he sees it. Okay, so he keeps going offline and back online. I'm assuming it's from something else, but I'll wait for him to invite me. Yeah, that's not good. All these requests timed out. It's probably why we can't establish a connection. And I think it's happening the moment we try to invite the other person. Oh, that explains it. He's not in the U.S. I should have clarified that. Anything outside of the U.S., like if you are a U.S. player, you won't be able to connect with somebody that's outside the U.S. The connection will be too bad. And that's probably why we're not able to actually get out of lobby and into a game. Um, but we're able to see each other in the lobby using the build specifically for Shin Budokai. So it's uh we may need to redo this stream uh, with someone that's actually in the U.S. That way, we'll have an easier time trying to um, actually get into a game. Um, I'll probably do it with someone from the Budokai Discord that I've already played with before. That way, we can get the proof of concept. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that have seen plenty of videos on how to do it, but they've never seen anything successful. That's why I thought it'd be a good idea to do it from the stream. But with him being outside the U.S., I don't think this will actually work. Just because of the slowness of the connection establishing. There might be a few timeouts in between. So, well, let's try it one more time, and then I'll try to see if he can. I'll just wait for him. Okay, let's check. Let's restart the emulator. There we go. It's working now. It's not too laggy. We might be able to get a decent game off. I hope it doesn't desync. So, proof of concept is completed. I'm just upset it took an hour and 44 minutes. uh, yeah. Oh, we'll play three. Three stop. Okay. Connection is bad. Connection is bad. No. Come on now. Well, it's a decent speed. Oh dang. Okay. Come on. Desynced. It desynced. Ugh. Well, that was actually a decent connection speed given the latency on that. That wasn't bad, and the request being timed out wasn't too bad. But I don't think the connection will be as stable. Like even if he has Ethernet, it wouldn't really support the connection. But this is probably the best I've seen connection wise outside of the US. Like I'm not sure where he's at, but that's probably the best connection I've seen to someone outside the US besides Moro Sinero. Um, he's in Canada, and I have a really good connection with him. Probably one of the best, honestly. Um, but he must Buzz must not be too far outside of the U.S. But for anybody looking for proof of concept, there it is. I'll try to add the timestamps to the stream, but uh, I really wish I would have wrote notes for particular timestamps of what we were trying. That way, it'd just be easier to get everything set up. But if that is the case, we should be good to go. But if anybody has any additional questions, they can list them in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer them. Just remember that most of the things that I've mentioned in the video, I'm assuming you already know about, like Hamachi and the PSP emulator itself. If not, you can go to the Budokai Discord, and actually let me post the link to the invite link to the Discord. That way, anybody can find it. Invite people. Edit invite link. Never expire. No limit. Generate new link. All right. Anybody interested? You should see the link either in the description or the live chat replay. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm hoping somebody will find this in the future and actually successfully set a few things up. I'll probably do a more in-depth video since I have a little bit more time for like the next 2 weeks. I'll do a more in-depth video on how the ad hoc itself works. That way a lot more people can actually try to play this game with the least amount of headache and like getting through like these hurdles makes it worth it. But with that, I will leave you guys to trying to set your own stuff up. Hope this video has been helpful. See you guys later. Peace.